Up next is our final amateur MMA contest before the interval. Remember, if you've had your eye on any of the signed pieces of combat sports memorabilia over in the corner, we will be auctioning them straight after this fight, so get your debit and credit cards ready. Allow me to introduce, first of all, to the blue corner, Krystof, Bialoruki.
Frontline Norway is definitely one of the premier places to go for MMA in that country. Same gym as Sigmund Hollerud, who was on the headlining card of the first evolution of combat. Lost to Adam Gregory via heel hook. Excellent grappling in this gym under Eduardo Rios, 6-time European champion and BJJ black belt since 2001, so an absolutely fantastic pedigree there. Could be hoping to see a lot of really, really good striking in this. Krystof won his previous fight against Andy Robson of SBG. He's, from what we've seen, got quite a strange, wiry style in both his grappling and his striking. Very elusive striker and a very awkward guard player. He makes it to the cage to be looked over by Paul Crosley.
Krystof is looking very composed.
Krystof Bialoruki enters the cage.
And next, allow me to introduce his opponent to the red corner, Hossein Gharbadhi.
Hossein Gharbadhi, fighting out of One MMA in Salford, comes into this with a 3-1 record, so he will be the more experienced fighter. Fantastic grappling, and coaches Robbie Fallon, one of the best BJJ players in the UK, and Pietro Menga. Hossein has one loss by split decision. All his wins are by finish, from both KO and rear naked choke. Extremely fast and powerful fighter, and not the most technical striker, but throws with intent every hit. Really good wrestling and really good top pressure and ground and pound, so you don't want this guy on top of you. Some very cultural garb as he walks to the cage.
Coming out looking the part.
Definitely representing. Paul Crosley just checks. As our second man prepares to enter the cage.
So again, Hossein as well has a slight more experience advantage coming into this fight with having had 4 fights previously.
Evolution of Combat presents 3-minute rounds of amateur mixed martial arts in the 64kg weight division. Introducing first, in the blue corner, representing Frontline Norway, with a record of 1 win and no defeats, Krystof Bialoruki! Across the cage, his opponent in the red corner, representing One MMA Salford, with an amateur record of 3 wins and 1 defeat, Hossein Gharbadhi! Neil Hall is our referee in charge of the action.
Okay, both fighters looking ready to go.
Hossein Gharbadhi versus Krystof Bialoruki. We are off.
Krystof with an early low leg kick.
Moving very quickly, and Hossein.
Hossein turns up the temperature quickly. Hossein with the Muay Thai plum, lands a few knees there. Head control position. Lands the knees.
I think after that, Krystof's probably going to think twice about getting stuck in the pocket.
These two didn't waste any time throwing some leather and some shin.
As I mentioned before, Hossein has Very
Hossein's
good
got
wrestling.
lovely head motion. It's been a few times now where he's just slid his head off center, dodged some punches, catches a leg kick there.
Oh,
Lovely judo hip toss there.
Excellent hip toss.
Krystof's done a good job keeping that knee in, keep stopping for Hossein from passing to side control.
He needs to look to get that half guard in.
Krystof, it looks like he's got that guard now. Yeah,
And he
gets
goes
the guard.
to full guard.
Hossein seems happy to be there though. Hossein's working and pushing Krystof over to the cage. I expect once he's got him there, he's going to want to posture his head up. Yep, his head lifts up. He's going to want to keep his hips heavy and create some distance to throw some strikes. Krystof does a
And
good
he stands
job
up and he's
kicking
looking
away.
for the ground and pound.
Krystof
Comes
is
down in the half guard of Krystof. And Krystof stands up.
Oh, there's a guillotine
and
attempt
there's a guillotine here.
That's tight.
Oh, that is in.
That is tight, but
Oh,
Krystof's lifting
Krystof
him.
picks him up. He
Krystof
goes
needs
down.
it.
Oh, this is
He's in
in.
his guard. This is over.
Into full guard, and we have the tap.
That was quite a clinic from Hossein. Hossein looked really good in that match.
Making short work of Krystof Bialoruki.
Krystof looked good. What we saw of him looked excellent, but Hossein just put the pressure. I looked like Hossein was just slightly up a different level, and just drove that to the finish there. Did what he wanted.
I think we could see the experience there. We had Hossein coming in with four previous fights, 3 wins. Krystof just coming off his very first fight, which he won. Just going against a very, very, very difficult challenge and such a versed fighter and someone with such a great grappling pedigree.
Hossein continues his record. All of his fights have come via finish. And
All his
tonight was
wins
no
via
different.
finish, and his only loss was via split decision. So it tells
Quite
you the
a
kind of
talent.
it tells you the caliber that we're looking at here with Hossein Gharbadhi.
And that was clear tonight. Even the striking. I mentioned earlier, he has lovely head motion that made him elusive. The second he got, he was able to grab a hold of Krystof. He did that beautiful judo throw. Then not long after,
Our
gets the
referee
finish.
stopped the action at 1 minute 27 seconds of the very first round. And the winner, by way of guillotine, in the red corner, Hossein Gharbadhi!
Krystof did a good job of lifting up Hossein, trying to alleviate the pressure, but then as soon as Hossein pulled
Ladies and
guard
gentlemen,
into
that
full
brings
guard,
the first part of the evening to a close.